So imagine, if you will, a advanced alien species came to Earth and said, "Could you explain to us your political system here in America?" And I'd try to do it, and it would look like this. I go, "Well, we've got this republic democracy kind of situation, which is a system which tries to give the public what the public wants, by a majority. We don't vote directly on everything. We elect people to represent us, our majority opinion for the most part." And so the alien would say, okay. So how do your politicians know what it is you want? And I'd say, well, we have polling. There's polling on every topic. So they can look at the polls. There are some situations where they won't go with the polling, but generally the point of the system is that for the most part, what the public wants, their representatives will vote for. And so then the alien would say, polling, polling. So the polling, so once they've separated the people who are paying attention and they poll the people who are smart and know the topic, and I go, no, don't make an assumption. No, they poll whoever answers the phone. And then the alien says, wait a minute, the way you decide whose opinion to listen to is who answered the phone? Yes. So then the alien would say, I have more questions. I have more questions. Would that include people who don't understand the topic you're asking about whatsoever? Oh, yes. In fact, it's mostly those people. Well, like mostly? You mean like 51%? I wish. I wish. It's closer to 95. So only 5% of the people actually understand the topic? Ooh, no, I didn't mean to mislead you. Those 5% are brainwashed. Hold on. You're saying there's two categories. There's people who don't know anything about the topic because they're not paying attention and it's complicated. But then there's this little group who seems to know a lot about the topic, but they actually have been just brainwashed by their preferred source of media. Yes, now you're catching on. And then the alien says, wow, that's an interesting system. And then he says, but at least they exclude the people who have mental illness, because you're not going to poll people with mental illness to find out how you should run things. And then I say, oh, this is embarrassing. We do include them. Yeah, we don't exclude anybody for any kind of mental illness. And then the alien says, well, that's probably not that bad. I mean, like what percentage of people have mental illness? Can't be that much. And I said, ooh, well, okay, on one side of the political aisle, it's not terrible. But on the other side, 50% of the women have been seeking mental health, professional help. And then the alien says, well, obviously the group of people with the fewest crazy people are in charge, so that should work out well, right? Ooh, no, as it turns out, the group with 50% of the women who are seeking mental health, they have more of a majority at the moment. President, yeah, Senate, not the Senate. No, Senate. Yeah, but whatever. And then the alien says, all right, so let me put this all together. You take the average opinion of 95% of the people who are not paying attention to each topic, the 5% who are just brainwashed and are not even exposed to the other side, and then about half of them on the dominant side have mental illness. And then our politicians that we've elected using that group of people, they try to look at our average, the majority opinion, and then they take that opinion and then they make laws based on it. Is that what you're saying? And then I say, ooh, almost. You're close. No, what the politicians do is they find ways to suck money out of the system to keep themselves in power and enrich themselves sometimes on the side. And then the alien says, all right, well, okay, I hear what you're saying, but in addition to that, they make laws that the public wants. Ooh, sometimes. It can go that way. More often, the public is wondering why it doesn't go that way, and we never really hear. For example, have you heard of something called TikTok? And the alien would say, no, what is TikTok? And they go, well, I don't have time to explain it in detail, but I can give you sort of a demonstration. TikTok would be a whole bunch of videos that are roughly like this. And then the alien would say, what? And I'd say, yeah, it's basically people look at people acting like that all day long. And then the alien says, well, why would anybody look at that? And I would say, because the people doing it are attractive. When I did the imitation, maybe it wasn't a good representation because I've not had any surgery. But that's the basic idea. And then the alien says, but everybody loves it, right? Oh, yeah, but it's Our enemies are using it to brainwash us and take over the country, turn us all into Uyghurs, and that's our system. But the alien says, but at least your leaders will ban it in your country, and they'll say, I wish. And then the alien would say, we had plans to give you our advanced technology to cure all the physical and mental problems and make you a spacefaring nation. But honestly, I think we're just going to kill you motherfuckers because you're crazy. And then a gigantic beam of energy hits the Earth, goes to the core, and then we all die. And that's why if aliens ever land on Earth and you happen to be the first one there, and they ask you about our political system, lie. It's the only way you're going to save the world. Next story.